Hello, my name is Wayne Foster, and this is my reflection on taking new media practices. As far as challenges that I faced with content creation, I didn't really have any challenges per se because I have background in content creation already since I am a media student. But I would say one thing challenge that I did face was by me like never actually taking like a topic as serious of a matter as like gun violence and turning that into actual viewable content. Like that's something I never had done before, and by me being confined in Charleston, I really had to be creative with what I did as far as shooting. I would say that two of my most favorite projects that I've done while taking new media practices would have to be the the introductory post and the photo slideshow. The introductory post like gave me more experience with writing in general. Like I've had experience with writing, but not in that more creative format because I had to like describe like gun violence in Chicago, why it's important, different facts about gun violence, like different stories that have taken place in Chicago. Like I've had experience with gun violence and violence in general in Chicago all my life since I've grown up in Chicago, but I never really took those experiences and took like my own personal knowledge that I've had and put it in writing format. And as far as the photo slideshow, it really gave me a more creative way to take somebody's own personal experience and to show it visually. Like what I really liked about that was that I was able to go out to not like not only like because with video you just shoot you like with video I would just try to interview that person, talk about their life experience, but by me going out getting different photos of that person and like it showed more emotion. That's what I liked about those two projects. I would say that the relevance of my project would be to make aware of the actual reasons why gun violence takes place in Chicago, because a lot of people automatically assume that any form of gun violence is reported is due to gang activity or black on black violence, racial things, and a lot of people don't understand that a lot of shootings that go down in Chicago aren't reported. A lot of them come from police shootings, and those aren't reported as well. Like with Laquan McDonald, that shooting went unknown for almost a year. And that video was just resurfaced just last year, but a lot of people really don't know. Gun violence in Chicago really got bad around the time when these public housing complexes were torn down and displaced thousands of families and put them in worse environments, which created worse situations for them. And that's why there's the situation that there is now in Chicago. Now, I feel as though a lot of people don't understand this. My takeaway from the class would be that taking Carrie's class, it really helped me to think of a more creative way. I like, like whenever I had an idea, like I always thought about something standard, something easy. But when I would talk to Carrie, she showed me like things. Like she showed me how to do things differently instead of like just always doing things the standard way, and like giving me more like new things to think about in the way of not only in content creation but always also in writing as well. And that's what I really liked about taking Carrie's class. The skills that I learned in Carrie's class, I believe that I can take to other courses that I may take and to my future profession would be to always think outside the box and never get your mind set on one idea. It's always multiple ways to do one task. Just because you might think it's a great idea at first, consult somebody else because the insight might give you other ideas, and overall, ultimately, you come up with a better idea. And that's why I really believe that in Carrie's class is what I learned that I can take to other places throughout my life.